Hello everyone, my name is Rora Ahishati, and I'm going to present the Decentring ELT COP successes and challenges in Rwanda. And this is in the conference, the second Decentring ELT conference. And just before I dive into the content, Laura is a Rwandan. I'm an English teacher with around 14 years experience. I'm a member of the Association of Teachers of English in Rwanda. I've been a Hornby scholar in 2018, 2019. Currently, I'm a research student at the Warwick University in the UK. Yeah, that's me. Now, quickly moving to the content of this presentation. The content will be made of a brief background of ELT in Rwanda. Then I will take you through the centering activities in a project that was funded by Hornby. We carried out last year, the impact it has had and the challenges. Quickly starting with the brief background of reality in Rwanda. Um, as many of you may know, Rwanda was colonized by Belgium, and the language that was used for over 100 years was French, and English is quite recent because it was introduced just a few years in a few schools in 1995, but in 2008, that's when the Ministry of Education has made it the medium of instruction at all levels of education. And this is the same time when the Association of Teachers of English started because there were a lot of programs to support the teachers with that shift from French to English. There was a need of support for teachers. So the association was started, was launched, maybe to give their support. Then, what about the example I want to share with you of a decentering activities that we've had in Rwanda? Um, in last year, like I told you, the association won a grant from Hornby, and it was a grant reserved for teachers of associations in low-income countries. And the entire project was conceived and implemented by communities of practice members, teachers who are in the small groups of this association. And we've got 11 of them in 11 districts. And only 5 of these 11 COPs were able to participate with around 100 teachers. And the project lasted 10 months and was made up of 4 phases. If you can look at phase one, the phase one was, we called it preparation and readiness. That's where we gathered mentors, COP leaders, project committee members, all the people that were going to take part in this uh, project had to understand what it is and have common understanding of the project and everything to make sure that we're ready to implement it. Then we moved to phase two. Phase two was made of 3 main activities. Activity one was a 1 day workshop, a whole day workshop with presentations. Then after the second activity was class observation, and the third one was a reflection. If you look at activity one, 1 day workshop, teachers gathered in their COP locations, and and they had presenters. Each COP had selected 3 topics of their choice, of their interest, and they had selected the teachers who were good at it and they were ready to share with them. So they shared, like in these pictures, you can see the picture number one where teachers are learning how to teach English through games. The second group is in group discussions, and this took the whole day. Then after this workshop, teachers went back to their teaching areas and with a selection of one of the tips, classroom tips they had learned from the workshop, and they felt they would love to try it in their classroom. Then they invited their colleagues, members of COPs, or anyone else who could be available to come and observe their class and then give them feedback. After that, COPs in the activity three, they had to meet again, reflect on the previous activities, see what went well, what went wrong, and how to improve it for the purpose of planning the following phase. Phase three was actually, as you can see, it has the same structure as phase two, and the difference was that the topics of the presentation were different and the presenters were different. Otherwise, the structure was the same. Now, the project was concluded by phase four into COP conference, a one-day conference that took place in Kigali, where the COP members who participated in the project gathered, invited other COPs that didn't participate in the project, and other stakeholders and other teachers who are not members of the COPs. And they shared experiences of what happened in the project. What was the impact of this project on the wider community? This project in a questionnaire was created after the conference. We realized that most of the teachers were testifying to have developed presentation skills and confidence. They had practiced new teaching tips they had never tried in their classrooms. They had practiced peer observations, giving and receiving feedback, and some of them it was the first time because this practice actually is reserved for administration when they are checking teachers' performance. Now it was time for teachers to do it and share experiences, and they felt very good with it. Another impact on the community was that at the end of the conference, the six remaining COPs that didn't participate in this project were interested in this project and decided to apply for the same project, sent their proposals to Hornby, and they won. This time now, they are in the middle of implementing it. Um, Something else was that non-COP members were happy with this and they were really excited and they were like, oh wow. Then at the end, after the conference, one of the people who had attended went back and convinced the teachers in their community and they started the new COP. So now we have the 12th COP. We'll hope to have more. So, what about our association? In the association, this project had an impact of decentering centers that have been hindering ELT promotion. For instance, teachers' autonomy and ownership was promoted because teachers were given time to work on their project, to prepare them, implement them, and report. Then no more top leadership monopoly because, like I said, it was implemented by teachers at the level of COPs. So the top management of the association was not telling them what to do, rather the COP members, the teachers were telling the administration what they were doing. And this really empowered them, nurtured them, and it gave hope to maybe future leaders of the association. Another impact was the participation of women. More women participated because among 11 presenters in the conference, we had five. Of course, this number is not that big, but according to the previous presentations and the conferences we've had, this the biggest number we had, which means the project has encouraged more women to participate. What about the challenges? Um, One of the challenges we've had was that some teachers are still uh, hindered by this dependency culture, which I don't actually blame. The blame is not on them, rather the blame is on the previous CPD activities that were organized and they were giving them ready-made packages like Kumaradeveros say 26 says call this package because everything was prepared for them and they were there to just consume. So this time when we asked in the project, when we asked teachers to develop their own, some of them were really hindered. Another challenge was the number of members that kept changing. We had planned for 125, but this time only 95 of the teachers participated. And well, this, uh, teacher associations are are groups of volunteers. So and another challenge is related to the context, timetable of the Ministry of Education, the local government activities that were interfering with the project and didn't make them work well. And then finally, even if we are celebrating the number of women participating, but we still need more women to participate in this. Thank you very much. This was the project, and I hope it gives you the idea of what happened with the COP and how the decentering activity we wanted had happened. And this is just an example, one of the examples of using a bottom-up approach in the teaching of English while promoting the voice of the teacher. Thank you.